So we started to harvest our potatoes. I already did this bin, and now we're working on this little pot here. Got some pretty nice sized potatoes out of it. Then the other little ones are tiny, but we'll roast those up. So I'm getting him to go through it. Do you got something in your mouth?
Just a tea.
Okay, you grab a handful of dirt and put it in and make sure you gotta take the dirt all out and go through it all. So that is what we are doing. And this is what we ended up with for potatoes. Not a huge haul, but good enough. We'll use these little ones just to roast or whatever, and maybe I'll make a couple French fries with these ones. So not too bad for picking the eyes off of some rotten potatoes that I had here in the spring, and they grew to lovely little potatoes. Alright, so I washed up some of the vegetables that I got down in the garden this morning. Got a couple little tomatoes. Put those in a pot and let them turn red. Here where I live, it gets warm late in the season and cold early, so there's not much time for things to turn red on the bush, so that's why you'll see a lot of my tomatoes are green. I'll just put them up on my ledge and they end up turning red. This is another banana pepper. It started to turn red. There's more on the bush out there. I'm just going to leave it. I grabbed 3 more peppers, but it sucks because they turn black, so I don't know if there's something missing in my soil or what. Try to figure that out for next year. And then there's my potatoes. So good little garden haul for today. I will probably cut most of these peppers up and just put them in the freezer for whenever we need them for like stir fries or, you know, things like that. So that is my little garden haul. Good morning, guys. It is, I think we're Thursday today. The kids have been back to school it was a week yesterday. They started last Wednesday. Well, here in Quebec anyways. And so far so good. Don't want to jinx it. I haven't had any problems. Everything seems to be going good. So hopefully we have a good school year. The garden's pretty much coming to an end. I picked out almost everything. There was a couple tomatoes left and a couple peppers. I just want to see if they're going to grow any bigger because we have been getting some nice weather, which is odd because usually it's like really cold here in September, but we've been having some pretty mild weather, so I'm just going to leave those until oh, that scared me, until there's a risk of frost or whatever. So I didn't get quite as much. Like, I got a ton of tomatoes and I got a couple peppers and some potatoes, but had my stuff have not died in the spring, I probably would have had a ton of stuff. So lesson learned for next year. I am not putting my stuff outside until like the middle of June, and if I do, I'm going to cover everything up. Because I ended up losing, I'd say probably like 75% of my stuff due to frost. So definitely learn my lesson there. What else was there? I'm not on as much. I'm pretty sure most of you already know that. I canceled the internet. Was just paying way too much for something that never worked. Half the time it didn't work. If it rained, it didn't work. Every time you turned around, you looked, half the lights were off. So I just said, screw this. I'm not paying for something that never works. So I canceled it. What else? Other than that, I've just been trying to declutter the house. It's not like it's cluttered, but just trying to clean up and stuff before the winter comes. If there are things that need to be decluttered, just going through stuff and that type of stuff. So nothing very interesting. And I don't know, I just figured I was Oh, you guys are kind of dark. Just figured I'd come on this morning and say a quick hello and just give a quick update of what was going on. That's why I haven't been posting videos almost like every day like I used to. Post them when I can, when I get access to internet. But other than that, been pretty much watching movies in my free time. If I have any free time, I'll usually pop a movie on at night or whatever. The kittens, they're doing really good. Now they are not scared of us at all. We can pet them, go up to them, they don't run away. Actually, you gotta watch because they try to run into the house, so I'm gonna try to find those guys a home because I don't want them out in the cold this winter. Poor little things. But other than that, that's pretty much all that's been going on. Finally got the smell of skunk out of my house. It took over a week, so learned my lesson. There was a skunk in the porch a couple nights ago, and I just left him. I didn't bother him. I waited till he came out. So lesson learned, and yeah, that's about it. The leaves are already starting to change on the trees. Just crazy. But other than that, that's it. If I think of anything else, I will turn the camera on. I've been doing a little bit of dehydrating and whatnot. I don't know if I showed videos of that or just pictures on my Facebook and Instagram. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Alright, so since the weather was a little cooler today, I decided to do a little bit of baking. I had a ton of bananas in the freezer, and I still have a ton of bananas in there, but I decided to make a chocolate chip and banana loaf, and then this is just a plain banana loaf. So I made that, get rid of some of the bananas, and over here I took all my tomatoes that I had a ton of tomatoes, and I know it looks kind of yellow, it's just because of the lighting, but I made a cream of tomato soup with that, so I'll portion that out, and most of that will go into the freezer. I had a bowl of it. I might have a bowl for supper, and that'll be that. So that is what I was working on today. Alright, and for supper, I am going to make some salmon. I just put a little bit of oil on the bottom, probably drizzle a little oil over the top of that. Put a little bit of seasoning. Maybe wrap it in some foil just around here, and then I'm going to cook it in the oven on low. I also have some carrots there. I'm going to give that probably to Riley, and I'm going to cook some asparagus, and then I'll probably do a side of rice with that as well. So whenever my plate is done, I'll show you guys what it looks like. So I ended up having 2 bowls of soup and getting 4 containers for the freezer, so not bad for the tomatoes that I had that were ripe. And then there's still all these tomatoes that need to ripen. Hey, look at me. Hi, baby. What are you doing, crazy kitty? What are you doing, crazy kitty? What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Go get that belly. Go get that belly. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Wait, I was up in the tree. I was up the skin captain. Don't look at me.
You're crazy. You are crazy. Yes, you are crazy.
I was up in his face and it smelled like he ate poop.
Probably all the junkies eating all the birds and the mice.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.